All right, guys, so you found a generator either on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and you're going to check it out, but you're not exactly sure what to look for. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to properly check out a generator. Make sure you're not buying a giant piece of crap. Let's go. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to get close to the engine here, and you want to feel to make sure it's cold. Even on the top of the exhaust here. Be careful, though, because it might be hot. If it's not ice cold, walk away right there and then. And the reason you're going to walk away is because small engines can run good when they're warm, but you always want to start something from a cold start to make sure it runs properly. All right, next thing you want to check for is any oil or gasoline or any other fluids puddling around. So this one you can see it has a little bit of dirt and grime on there, but there's nothing to be concerned with there. And you want to check up where the spark plug is, and check all the way around on the bottom end. See, in this case, this one's just fine, but if you see any puddling of oil, you want to walk away because that's just going to be a big headache. All right, the next thing you want to do is check the oil. On some machines like this Coleman, you don't have a dipstick, you just have a fill cap. So you want to prop this up a little bit, few inches, so the oil doesn't spill out, and pop the fill cap off and take a look. And in this case, the oil doesn't look too bad. If it is really, really dark or black, you know the previous owner didn't take good care of it, so I would walk away. Next thing to check is your air filter. So go ahead and pop the cover off, and then just take a good look at this one. This one's a little bit dirty, but it's not all that bad. You want to make sure it's not breaking apart or flaking off on you, but in the long run, it only really adds another expense. These are $8, $10, $12. So if it's dirty, you can always replace it. It's not a deal breaker. All right, next thing to check out is your outlets. So grab a flashlight and take a look in there and just check the contact points in here. If they look like they're burnt out or black or anything like that, you know you're gonna have a problem with the outlets. So again, there's another opportunity for you to walk away from the deal. All right, next thing to check is your fuel tank. So go ahead and pop the cover off, take a look inside. Make sure you're not looking for floating things or any sort of debris in there that's gonna gum up a carburetor. Also give it a smell. If it smells like good gas, you might be in good shape, but if it smells pretty bad or like it's stale or been sitting for a long time, it could gum up your carburetor, and that's a no-no. All right, and then there's starting the generator. With your choke on, your gas on, and your spark on-off switch on, it should start in the first or second pull. If it doesn't and it takes a handful of pulls, that means you're gonna need carburetor work. So unless you're willing to pull the carb and clean it, I would walk away. All right, the next step is to load test this. So if the generator fires up and it sounds pretty good, plug in a couple things that pull some wattage and see how they run. If you plug in a compressor and a shop light and it doesn't bog down too much, you probably have a good machine. But if you plug a couple things in and it trips the breaker, I would walk away. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful to you guys that aren't sure about what to look for when buying a used generator. Just make sure you take care of all those things. Make sure it runs right. Make sure everything's in order. Load test it. And if all those things check out and you have a good machine, then that's awesome. I appreciate you guys watching. Smash that like button. Take care.